Austin Lehman, and welcome to the next edition of Austin Weekend. Here with me is Dad once again.
Hello.
And we're here to finish off the lists.
Yes, we had 5 lists of 5.
And this is the 5th one.
And this is the 5th one.
And it's probably going to be the hardest one.
It's the hardest one because this is the 5 worst things that we reviewed
last year
in 2016.
In a crappy year, we reviewed a sprinkling of crappy shows.
And we didn't pull 5 crappy from this, that, and the other. We pulled 5 crappy from all of them. It could be a movie, it could be a show, it could be anything. But it is our 5 suckiest, most horriblest things to
garbage
watch.
Heapiest.
Ruthless stuff of 2016. So we'll start it out for you. At
number 5.
Number 5.
Sanjay Craig.
Yes, our favorite snake and boy combination.
In sarcasm.
And sarcastic. Yeah, it was it started out what, in 2013,
and it ended last year.
Started in May of 2013, ended in July of 2016. We were actually talking, we think the show ended right when we gave it a negative review. But
well, how about them apples?
Now it comes in at number 5 of our worst. Well, it's not the worst thing that's on television,
but it does have a lot of stupidity in it.
It's got a lot of diaper comedy and stuff in it. That's just for 3-year-olds.
Fart jokes.
Even though it's pointed towards 14-year-olds, but it's got diaper comedy. It does have one episode
that is at least watchable.
That is watchable. It's the laughing episode where they're just making different types of laugh. But they made 60 episodes,
and 59 of them are just
59 of them pretty much suck. So. 1 out of 60 makes you a top 5 crapper of the year.
Well, the show had potential.
Yeah, it did.
But it just fell.
Snoop Dogg did an episode?
It just fell on its face halfway through.
Yeah.
And we don't recommend you watch it.
No.
If it ever gets rerun,
unless you want to sleep. If you don't get a good night's rest, you want something to put you to sleep or something to make you mad,
Well, it's a bad show. We don't recommend you watch it. No. It's not worth your time.
No. It's a crapper. So, we'll go from that one to...
Number 4.
Number 4. Breadwinners. The lovely show about ducks, and they all can fly.
And they deliver bread to other ducks.
Except for the 2 main character ducks.
They don't look like ducks.
Which don't look like ducks and can't fly.
And they don't have brains.
It came out in February 2014 and ran until August
of 2016.
Well,
that the cranky dink?
We think it's been canceled also. Maybe right after we gave it a crappy review.
Is this going to be a trend?
I hope so.
I hope it is.
I hope it is. But basically, what was wrong with the show?
There was a lot of things wrong with it. The animation, although it was promising with some 8-bit styles, was misused. The characters were unlikable and indistinguishable from one to another.
And the comedy was...
Bleh.
Just bleh. It was sort of aimed at 2-year-olds, and honestly, once 2-year-olds got tired of watching it...
They wouldn't want to watch it anymore.
They wouldn't want to watch it anymore either. It had 40 episodes. We mentioned Sanjay and Craig had 1 good episode.
This one has nothing.
This one has no good episodes.
The writing...
it's not the worst thing that was on television...
But it is close.
But I wouldn't turn it on to watch it. It's pretty crappy.
Well, the writing was also subpar, if we can say anything. Fart jokes fly all over the place.
Yeah.
It's the kind of stuff that we despise in most modern cartoons.
Yeah, we like intelligent comedy. I mean, you can be slapstick, but still be smart about it.
Like Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Yeah, Ed, Edd n Eddy was a completely awesome slapstick comedy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, this show just completely fails to get that. And that's why it fails so miserably.
Yeah, and it fell into number 4 of our countdown. So, what's next?
With that one out of the way, number 3.
Number 3.
Hold your noses, people. Stink Bomb of the North.
Yeah, Norm of the North. This was a movie. It wasn't a television show. I think it came out, February?
It came out in January.
Oh, it came out January 15th.
Remember, we reviewed it right after the Kung Fu Panda movies.
Yeah, it was...
horrible.
It was terrible.
Horrible.
It was terrible. It was about a polar bear who they were going to build condos at the North Pole. And the polar bear, who wasn't a good polar bear, came down...
Trying to save the Arctic.
And people in New York thought he was not a real polar bear, that he was somebody dressed up as a polar bear.
So stupid.
It was horrible, people.
It was dreadful.
It was horrible.
The animation was bouncy and rubbery. It did not look professional in the slightest.
The background animation.
Dreadful.
Was dreadful. It was
horrible.
It was
choppy.
Horrible. The story, though, was the worst.
It was carbon copy. Just ridiculous.
I mean, I could be sitting in the bathroom and write up something better on the toilet paper while I'm waiting. It was bad.
Tell the audience a few moments that made you think that this movie was gonna suck.
Right at the very start of the movie, when somebody slipped on the ice, instantly the little, whatever they are, the little lemmings or whatever, little fur balls, which was the only cute thing in the whole movie, ran out and put up caution tape and cones where people had slipped on the ice. And it just dawned on me right then, this is going to suck.
And remember when the boss's daughter figured out the whole plot in
5 seconds? I mean, gave you the whole plot of the story in 5 seconds.
Just ridiculous.
It was horrible. It was the animation was herky-jerky.
And may we mention
hard to follow, hard to catch.
The worst villain of the year.
Yeah, he was the worst villain of the year. He was
Mr.
horrible.
Green. Oh
Mr. Green.
Gosh.
It was bad.
Norm was awful too.
It was a horrible movie. It was the worst movie that came out last year.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. It was the worst movie that we watched.
Pathetic animation, pathetic writing, pathetic characters, a story that you can write in 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3 minutes.
3 minutes, and the animation was just terrible.
Bouncy, rubbery stuff.
Especially with today's numbers. It had an $18 million budget and made $17 million in the U.S., which means it lost money, but then it pulled in another $10 million worldwide. So it made $27 million on an $18 million budget. These days, on a animation movie, that's terrible.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
It should have stuck with the direct-to-DVD format that it came from.
Yeah, it would have been a good direct-to-DVD format. I mean, you get it on Netflix for $1.
It wouldn't be worth that.
You go halfway through it, and you go, man, it sucks, and you can stop it. But when you're stuck in a movie theater paying $6, it sucked. Yeah, it was horrible.
Well, that was Stink Bomb of the North.
That was number 3. So now we're down to
number 2.
Number 2.
Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket. This was a toss-up between Stink Bomb of the North and Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket.
Yeah.
But there was one thing that made Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket number 2.
And that is...
Everything.
Everything. It's number 2.
It's literally
a crap.
It's literally number 2.
It is...
horrible.
The worst cartoon...
Of 2016 that we reviewed.
Of 2016 that we reviewed. It started out in 2015, I think it was. It started out July 2015, and it is still presently
going
in
production.
Its second season. Yes. So,
where do we begin?
There's still fresh piles being made every day. Crap.
Where do we begin?
Oh.
The animation.
Yes.
The animation is dreadful.
It looks like they mixed Ren and Stimpy with Steamboat Willie. It's bad.
And the character designs are dreadful.
It's got a pig, a goat, a banana, and a cricket. You can guess. And neither one of them look like they're a pig or a goat or a banana or a cricket. They're some deformed, big-eyed, monster-looking things. And it's just a gross show. It's
and
nasty.
Characters are indistinguishable from one to another. One's a jerk, one's a jerk, one's a jerk, one's an idiot.
Jerk, and then the other one's a jerk. And you don't like any of them.
They're despicable, most of them.
Yeah, you don't like any of the characters. You know, like you're supposed to, like your main character. Whether it's a Finn and Jake, or it's a SpongeBob, or it's a Rigby, Mordecai and Rigby, you're supposed to like a character.
Those characters. Well, the difference was with Finn and Jake, Mordecai and Rigby, and SpongeBob and Patrick. They were lovable characters.
Yeah, they're likable characters. All four of these
are dreadful.
You while you're watching the cartoon, you almost think, I wouldn't mind if something bad happened to them. When you wish something bad on your main characters, it's a horrible cartoon.
Now let's get to the writing.
It was horrible too. It was stupid. Oh, what's about the pickle?
The writing is dreadful. It makes no sense, and the jokes are not funny.
It's just nasty. It's just nasty. Like I say, like one of the main viewpoints of the photo shoots of it is when they're riding the wave of snot out of that one thing's nose. I mean, really,
man.
I mean, that's what we're gonna use.
That's what we're gonna
snot.
That's what we're gonna base our whole show off of.
But
fart jokes.
But that's how the whole thing is really based, is out of just negativity, lying, and nastiness.
The voice acting.
They can't cancel this thing quick enough. For me, anyways.
They can't. Yeah, I agree with you. They can't cancel it quick enough. Everything is just awful.
I want my time back that you spent watching it so I could review it.
Yes, indeed.
It was horrible.
We cannot recommend it.
No, I wouldn't even watch it I wouldn't even trick my enemy into watching it. I don't hate anybody that bad.
That is awful bad. Now that is bad.
Oh, yeah.
Those reasons are why Pig Goat Banana Cricket is number
2. And the worst cartoon of 2016. But it's not the worst thing we watched last year. There's still one more.
Oh my gosh.
So now we're up to
number 1.
Number 1. Ugh is right. Number 1 is
Food Fight.
Come on now, you got to talk about it. That's the worst piece of garbage I think I've ever seen in my life.
Goodness gracious.
We rated 0 through 10 all year long, and what is the only movie to get a 0?
Food Fight.
This thing was horrible, people.
The animation was dreadful. The background animation was dreadful. The characters are unlikable. The jokes were not funny. The writing was confusing. The plot made no sense.
It was sexist, racist, little pieces in it. It was
every single bad thing you can put in.
And the thing is, let me mention some names here, and what you think? Charlie Sheen, Wayne Brady, Hilary Duff,
Christopher Lloyd,
Eva Longoria, Larry Miller, Christopher Lloyd. These were the voices in it.
How did it fail so epically?
It was so bad, though, dude. It was said its original budget was $45 million,
and in the theaters,
it made $73,706. It couldn't even make $100,000. Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh!
It was just completely and utterly horrible. The animation looked like it was on an N64 video game, or worse.
The characters had there was a lot of sexual innuendos, and for a kids movie, that's already pretty weird. Characters are, oh my gosh, I can't even explain.
It's just so bad. If you ever want to see just how bad something can be, that's the only way I would ever tell you to watch this movie. If you wonder just how bad can a movie be,
it is worse.
watch Food Fight, because you don't think anything could be as bad until you watch this.
This is undoubtedly the worst animated movie
In the history of animated movies.
not just this year,
No.
the worst of all time. It belongs in that
I've
discussion.
not watched anything worse than it, no. I watched some stuff I thought was bad, but no.
This one dethroned them all.
Mm-hmm.
It was just terrible.
Yeah. They started making it in 2003, and it didn't come out until...
They started making this thing in 2002, and then it was released in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 years.
Took them 10 years to actually get it through production. They had money problems, this, that, and the other. They finally, I think it went up for auction or something when they forfeited on some money and stuff. And I mean,
It should have stayed in that development.
It should have stayed in the box. They shouldn't have ever even pulled it out of the box. It was so horrible.
Well, that was our top 5 worst of the year.
That's our top 5 worst of the year. We don't recommend you watching them, but if you want to, hey.
With one honorable mention.
Yeah, well, we have an honorable mention. We watched a new cartoon last
Future
year.
Worm.
The Future Worm. And I had high expectations for it.
It had a lot of interesting concepts, but it didn't really pan out.
No, we'll give it a little time to see if it comes around and turns better.
But for now...
But for what we saw last year...
It wasn't that really good.
Yeah, it was one of the worst ones that they'd come out with, yeah. So that's our crappy honorable mention. Now be sure...
Hit the like.
Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We've got some more stuff coming up. We've got a lot of movies coming out this year. We got some more cartoons to do.
We got some rants and raves.
We got rant and raves to do. We still got a request from Cade. What's up, Cade? What's up, man? To look at Wreck-It Ralph. I think there might be coming up with Wreck-It Ralph 2. Is that right?
I believe so.
So we're going to watch Wreck-It Ralph. We may do it pretty soon. We got some more television shows coming up soon. We got a lot of movies coming out.
Hit the groovy baby button.
Be sure to hit the groovy baby button because it's always groovy out there. So be sure to check out our Facebook channel. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. Other than that, we're gone.
Ladies and gents, don't eat food today. See you next week.